Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Watch as he finds. Are you ready? Slam.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Binds up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Set. 30 base. Heavy on the edges.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Get that quarterback.
Now Ballage. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Watch the curl. Hey, team 6.
From the gun, Sears. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Darnold, he lost the football, and the Dolphins have got it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Go! Safety screaming! Under 10! Under 10! 10! Sponge! No! 25! Check 25! Check 25!
On the toss, here's Balaj. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd.
Check 53 mark. Check 53. Go. 53 the mark. 53. Check. Hey, 2. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Sears. It's caught. Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First down, Miami.
On the set.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You don't want that.
Hey, Sam off.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's Hill, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Darnold now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Throwing again is Darnold. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run here with Balazs. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Let's go. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sears. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Balazs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Watch screen.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Set, ready. 15. Line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it, boy.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
He's not going to get me. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Let's go.
From the gun, Sears. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Sears pass complete to number 14. Touchdown, Miami. The kicker on.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Dolphins 14. Jets nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away.
The Dolphins over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check safety, check safety.
indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Somebody bring it over there, right? 52's the mic. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go.
To throw is Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Here's Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Sears. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Sears. can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 12 at the 21-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready up. 53, Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hard. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Go.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Indy. 6'6", bullet high. 2.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
You ready?
53. Check 53.
You better be afraid of me. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go. Set. 90, Wolf.
Number 53. Mike 53.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
Set. 15 line. 15 line. 61. Matchbox lights. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
32-yard line.
Ready? 30 base. Watch the pass. Put up.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Operating from the gun, Sears. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Run you over. Whip. The lady.
Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go. 60 or. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, exit.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Watch the slant. Let go.
From the gun, Sears. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Alpha.
We on now. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Lawyer John. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
2.
To throw on 3rd down. Sears. He is going to find Hill here. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Sears will set up the screen to Ballage. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 34-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Watch the safety creep.
General West.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Kill.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Again, it's Ballage. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hubbard. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Darnold on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Check it back, check it back. Wide, get wide. Hey, switch gears. Out.
Hey, Sam off.
Watch twitch.
Here's a run with Ballage. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Man up deep.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal.
Leo.
Crunch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Jets on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third and a mile. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's third down.
Ready? 18 Gator. Check 53. Topper. And ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check nickel. Protein spill.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the fourth quarter here, you've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw. Nice move at the 40. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Pick me up. Here we go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
On first down, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second and 15. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Darnold now to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. On first down, Bell. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, D.
Back to throw, Darnold. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, it's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throw left side complete. It's Hubbard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again is Darnold. Goes underneath for Bell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Darnold for the red zone now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Check. Lucky. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 2nd and 10. Darnold dancing to his left. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
Down. 30 base. You gonna get this boy? You think you cut?
And they take a knee. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.